सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। 19 बाह्यं जगत् पञ्चकोशांश्च अपोह्यान्तर्मुखास्य धीः ब्रह्म साक्षात्करोत्येव सर्वोपाधिविवर्जितम्। The Chaitanya Swarupa, Brahma itself appears as Jiva on account of Bhranti. And this Bhranti has to be eliminated. It should be removed by Viveka. That is going to be told what type of Viveka, wherein Tadatmya, identification, the wrong notion of taking the Panchakoshas, identification with Panchakoshas, that is the wrong notion that the Panchakoshas is me, that is eliminated, and that gives rise to knowledge of this. That knowledge gives rise to Brahma Sakshatkara. How exactly this Viveka has to be conducted? So that is now being told here. First step is Bahya Jagat Panchakoshanscha Apohya. Apohya, having discarded. Having discarded, having given up. What? The Bahya Jagat. Bahya Jagat includes all the Vishayas, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, the external gross world, which is available in terms of things other than my embodiment. My body is, other than my body, whatever that is else, other thing that is available is Bahya Jagat. But that is not sufficient. Giving up Panchakosha, our embodiment, which constitute the 5 koshas, 5 sheets, that also having given up. Yesterday we had seen this giving up physically is not possible. Now what is this giving up now? Now you have to give up. Discard means what is presupposed, presumed? Throw it. This is what you are holding. Something, is it not? You are holding. If you don't hold it or it is not in position, there is no question of discarding or throwing it, is it not? Like that, now the Shruti says us that discard the Bahya Jagat, and including Panchakoshas, your embodiment. That means we have held. Have you held Bahya Jagat? You are sitting on the carpet. You are sitting on the chair. Are you holding the chair? Huh? You are looking at me. You are looking at microphones. Are you holding them? What is that you are holding? What do you mean by giving up? Suppose you see an elephant. Are you holding the elephant? What is meant by giving up the Bahya Jagat? What is meant by our holding now? That we have to remove. Not physically. What is that? In terms of the mind. Is it not? So, this is elephant, this is a tree, this is a temple, this is a road, this is a car, this is the hotel, these are the rooms, this is Mahabaleshwar, these are the valleys, this is the sunrise. So like this, so what are you doing? Bahya Jagat is to you how and when. See, you have to give up the Bahya Jagat. Means it is in your purview, is it not? When is it in your purview? In sleep, is the Bahya Jagat in your purview? In the waking? Yes. In dream also, dream Jagat also comes. Bahya Jagat means not simply waking Jagat. Dream Jagat also is there. So, in waking and dream, the Jagat, whether Jagrita or Sapna, is in your purview. So, how is it in your purview? In terms of Bahya Jagadakara Antakarana Vritti. In sleep, you have no vrittis, Antakarana vrittis corresponding to the external world. So the world is out of you, out of your sight. That is what is said. Out of mind, out of sight. Now it is within your mind and therefore it is within the sight. The Shruti says, give it up. Means give up your preoccupation in the Bahya Jagat comprising Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Why you want this Bahya Jagat? Because I want something. I want something from Bahya Jagat, not something I depend on the Bahya Jagat. So that means what? Our value structure has to be now first investigated. Whether the Bahya Jagat is capable of giving me what I really want in life. What is what I really want in life? Happiness, freedom from sorrow, contentment, freedom from death. Is it not? Is it capable? All have tried from Hiranyakashipu onwards. Don't undermine these Hiranyakashipus, Rakshasas, etc. I think Hiranyakashipu was the greatest scientist. Now our scientists, even all put together, the bundle will not match him. He has gone to a pole star, he has gone to the sun, solar orb, he has gone, moon, etc. So such a person. His method was not your laboratory method, that is different thing. But he had, all Pancha Mahabhutas were at his command. Prithvi full of water, harvest without sowing the seeds. The Mother Earth was giving plenty harvest without sowing the seeds. All at his command as well. So what is it? So that means the external world, even at best that you command, cannot make one contented. Therefore that evaluation has to go. And that being the case, so Bahya Jagat Apohya. Therefore, what is this Bahya Drishti we have to see? Means our mind is preoccupied in the Bahya Jagat. So our Buddhi is Bahya Dhihi. Our Drishti is Bahya Drishti. It has to be now taken away from that, discarding. So therefore, see, that is Bahya Dhihi. That is, if we have to give it up, whatever we have held, we have to give it up. Well, how we are held in terms of our preoccupation in the Bahya Jagat. So therefore, this Bahya Dhihi is preoccupation of Tattadakara Vritti. Vrittis, Antakarana Vrittis corresponding to the Bahya Jagat. So, withdrawal from the Bahya Jagat means withdrawal from all the Vishayakara Antakarana Vritti. So, withdrawal from the Vishaya. To withdraw from Vishaya, first what is required? Why you run after Vishaya? We have got a value structure there. So, investigate that value structure and cut the world to its own size and discover that even at its best, it can't satisfy me. Except bare minimum thing required for the sustenance and upkeep of the body. You can't do anything about that. Have you chosen to be hungry? Is it at your will? Thirst? Little clothing, shelter, if the body has to continue, these minimum things, they don't fit in the category of desire. But suppose eating the food is not a desire, it is not a binding desire. But I want such a type of food only. Chilies must be there. If chilies are not there, it doesn't function at all. Tomato must be there. Nowadays, cooking has undergone such a radical change. If tomato is not there, the house ladies don't know how to cook. And they stuff the acid. It's just stuffing the acid, and then what? Rheumatic problem, front seat in the bus. Everyone wants front seat in the bus, chartered bus. What is to be done now? 40-seater bus is there, everyone wants. Nobody will book it in the early. So they know, I am not this thing, there is a problem, I do admit. Now this has become a modern age problem, it has come then. But the problem is there, but they will not book in advance. At the last, this thing, at back end, and first, otherwise I will cancel. Blackmail the Swami also. See, Swami has seen this long back. Don't think that I want the camp here as well. Now I am ready to stop it. So little common sense must be there. Anyway, so therefore, now this value structure has to be changed, and therefore he says, so that is apohya, that is vishayadhihi, has to be withdrawn. Vishayadhihi has to be withdrawn. So the bare minimum things, so what is that? Required for upkeep of the body do not fit in are not the binding desire. But suppose a specific thing in eating, etc., specific demand is there, then it becomes a binding in nature. So now here, so that is what Bahyadhi is, preoccupation in terms of different types of Vishayakara vritti, running after them, etc. Withdrawal is thing which is not to have the Vishayadhi. Bahyadhi is what? Vishayadhi. He is going to tell us afterwards also that Vishayadhi has to be withdrawn. And so then what happens? So is it Panchakoshas. What about the Panchakosha? In Panchakosha, see, in the Bahya Jagat, Bahya Vishayas, you don't have the notion of I-ness. Whereas Panchakoshas, Panchakoshakara vritti is there, plus what is there? The wrong notion that I am the physical body, I am the pranas, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am the ignorance. So therefore what is that? Additional binding factor is there. What is the additional? Taking them to be I. So therefore, as far as the external world is concerned, so you think of it, you would like to have it, but you don't have the notion of I in that. But in Panchakoshas you have got. So therefore he said, apohya, by viveka, discovering how Panchakoshas cannot be me, and having withdrawn from the Bahya Jagat, the Vishayakara Dhihi. So if that is accomplished, do you know what your mind becomes? So mind was preoccupied in terms of Vishayakara vritti and Tadatmya with the Panchakosha. Tadatmya presupposes Panchakoshakara vritti or not? First Panchakoshakara vritti and then take it as I. So now, when you have given discarded means, that means these types of vrittis corresponding to Vishayas are not there. Vrittis corresponding to Panchakoshas, taking them as I is not there. In the vrittis of what? Antakarana. What is your Antakarana? No specific vritti. What is it? You know what will be there? What remains now? Chaitanya Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa remains, and therefore what happens? Your Antakarana is exactly like Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. This is what is called as Atmakara or Akhandakara or Brahmakara. This provision is there in the Antakarna mind. Bhagwan's creation is like that. The Antakarna is constituted of Panchamahabhutas before the Panchikarna, and therefore that subtlety is there in the Antakarna. But now because of preoccupation of Bahya Dihi, Bahya Jagat and Panchakoshas, what happens? That is not exactly as the Atma Swarup. This is just as you see your face in the mirror. When you see your face in the mirror, a clean mirror and also a plain mirror, not a concave or convex. So what you see is what exactly your face. So now, suppose if it is concave, convex, it gets distorted. If it is dirty, again it becomes dull. So therefore, here what happens? The Vishayakara, these are not there. Panchakosha Tadatmya is not there. Antakarna is exactly as what? Atma Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. And therefore he says, Sarvopadi Vivarjitam. Therefore, Apohya, therefore he says, before that wait. Bahya Jagat Panchakoshascha Apohya Asya Antarmukhadhihi. Of this individual, what type of now? Antarmukhadhihi. Earlier what he asked to discard Apohya? Bahya Dhihi, Bahya Jagadakara Dhihi, Panchakoshakara Dhihi. Now it has become Antarmukhadhihi. It has become that extrovert Antakarna mind has become now introvert Antarmukha. What do you mean by introvert? Atmabhimukha. Panchadashi uses this word. Atmabhimukha. It is face to face with Atma, means it is exactly like Atma. See, if this provision were not there in the Antakarna, you can take for granted for human being Atma Jnana is just impossible. See, even Vishayas, any object, how you perceive? Your Antakarna takes the form of the object and that vritti takes the same provision is there in the case of Atma Jnana. But what happens? These Vishayakara Antakarna vrittis do not allow the Atma, the Antakarna to have the exact nature of Atma Swarupa. Just as see, a sun or the moon can get reflected and you can have the exact disk, the reflection of the sun or the moon, provided water is calm and clear, is it not? That's all. If the water is calm and clear, what effort you have to make to get an exact replica of the sun or the moon in the water? Automatically. So is here. So therefore, if the water is shaking, a bucket of water, a bucket is full of water, water is shaking, you can allow it to settle down. If it is dirty, purify it automatically. So also here, that's why I say it is dirty. Antakarna is dirty. What method was given? Karma. Karma, second stanza of this, by karma. So that is what purity comes. Then it is chanchala, it is fickle, upasana. So that is it. With that mind, take to inquiry and then withdraw from this. That is Bahya Jagat and Panchakosha. The Antakarna becomes Antarmukha means Atmabhimukha. It is face to Atma means it assumes, this is a proper usage. Antakarna assumes the nature of Atma. Why? Atma is everywhere and Antakarna has got a capacity to reflect the Atma, and therefore what? All the other aspects are elements discarded. So it is exactly like Atma Swarupa. And exactly like Atma Swarupa means even the Pramata is not there. The knower is not there, because knower means known. Atma cannot be a known object. So therefore, Sarvopadhi Vivarjitam. That means Brahma. The Brahma which is free from all upadhis, what does it do? Sakshat karoti eva. The person certainly cognize this directly. Sakshatkara, this word has to be properly understood. Shankaracharya also has used this word. Yat sakshat kurute prabodha samaye svatmanamevadvayam. See, I hope there is no doubt for anyone that Dakshinamurti Stotra was composed by who? Shankaracharya. So Shankar, who has used this word sakshatkara word? Sakshat kurute means sakshat is noun. There is a verb, it is sakshat kurute. Here it is a noun, sakshatkara. What is sakshatkara? Unfortunately, this word is this no English words being translated into Hindi, etc. I was passing by the Andheri telephone exchange. On the main gate, I said, Sakshatkar ka samay. I was wondering, what is this? This is not this many years back. It is about 15 years back story. It is. So I think still the board must be there. Sakshatkar ka samay. I said, what is this Sakshatkar ka samay? Then I say, interview, personal interview with the officers or manager, whatever officials. So interview, see, the word interview has been translated as Sakshatkar. You see, you should use some sense while they say, railway signals are there, no? Loha marga gamana nirdesha. Loha marga means railway. Gamana going and nirdesha patti or something like that. So like this sakshatkara. So that is not, but it conveys. It, of course, because it is confusing with the word in Adhyatma that we may laugh at it, we may wonder at it, but there is a point. What is that? Therefore we have to see sakshatkara. What is sakshat? The sakshatkara is there. No? What is sakshat? Direct, in person. So that's why somebody has thought about it. It is confusing for us, people like us, because Adhyatma where there is a, but it gives it. That means the sakshat means actually in body form, bodily form, that is what? In person. Okay. Sakshat. Direct, in person or actually in bodily form. Okay. Now what is sakshatkara? Means making it sakshat. What is it? Means it is perception or apprehension or knowledge actually in bodily form, actually in person, means what? As it is. As it is. So that is what? Perception. Perception means, again what is perception? You see, perception is not simply what you perceive through the jnanendriya. Perception is to be aware through either sense organs, jnanendriyas, or through mind also. Mind also you perceive. So that is a perceive. Through being aware of something, either through jnanendriyas, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch, or through the mind. So that is what that. So therefore, perception or apprehension or knowledge actually in bodily form or actually in person. Because sakshat means, sakshat word means before the very eyes, in the presence of, or evidently visible. You can take evidently. Sakshat actually means evidently, visibly, in the before the very eyes, in the presence of. So therefore, sakshatkara, that is the perception or knowledge, not the with the jnanendriya, the knowledge actually in bodily form or in person. No, why this word is used, sakshat? That means this word dispels, removes the possibility of Atma being prameya for pramata. While gaining knowledge, what we have to make use? Means of knowledge, pramana. Jnana sadhana we have to make use of, is it not? So, jnana sadhanas are used by who? Knower pramata. So for knower pramata, Atma cannot be the object prameya. It cannot be object to be known. Do you know why? It is the very basis of the knower pramata. In Atma Jnana, first casualty is who? Pramata. Pramata is present, the understander is present, the cognizer is present. Whatever knowledge gained is what? Is short of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. So therefore, see, those who are attending Janaka Vidya Prakasha, you can, there it says, stanza 55, that is Sakshat word dispels the prameyatva of Atma by Parangmana. Parangmana means Bahya Pramanas. External Pramanas, what are those? Pratyaksha, Anumana, Arthapatti, and what? Upamana, by such things. By external Jnana sadhanas, prana this thing. So what is that? Page 645. That Parangmana, the Bahya Pramana, that is, cannot give the knowledge of Atma. So therefore, Sakshat word eliminates the possibility of Atma being Prameya for the external Pramanas, like seeing through the Indriyas, etc., or perceiving through the Indriyas, etc. So therefore, Sakshatkara. And for this also Sakshatkara, here in this chapter only, will come afterwards. In 109, the word is used is Vidvat Pratyaksha. Vidvat Pratyaksha. And for Vidvat Pratyaksha also, there is another word called Yogi Pratyaksha, used in the Panchadashi first chapter, and not Panchadashi first chapter. Panchadashi 11th chapter, last stanza of 11th chapter, Yogi Pratyaksha. But anyway, so not only Vidyaranya Muni, but Gaudapada Acharya has used this word Yogi Pratyaksha in the Mandukya Karika. So therefore, Yogi Pratyaksha, Vidvat Pratyaksha, Sakshatkara means what? That cognition of Atma Swarupa exactly as it is, but how? Sarvopadhi Vivarjitam. Free from all upadhis. Presently how it is what? Sopadhika. It is with all the upadhis. That Brahma Sakshat Karoti. That is exactly where the knowledge ends. That is what the final of knowledge. The same thing is said by, described by Varaha Upanishad as Anubhava Paryanta Buddhi. Knowledge has to end in what? Anubhava Paryanta Buddhi. You see, these are important things. If you want, better make a note of it. Because I am not giving anything from my pocket. It is from Upanishad, it is from Bhashya. Okay? So, Anubhava Paryanta Buddhi, Vara Upanishad 443. See, for this, some confusion is there about the nature of knowledge. Any knowledge presupposes, do you know what is the, we have got Anubhava, experience. We have got word, knowledge. What is the relation between these two? What role Anubhava has got with respect to knowledge? See, this basic thing is not trashed, and a lot of confusion is prevailing in Vedanta. See what role Anubhava, experience, has got in knowledge. See, I put a piece of candy on your tongue. No? What is it? Sweet. How do you know that it is sweet? Look, don't say sweet straight away. You are a child and I put another thing. And then what happened? You tasted it. There is some experience, is it not? Huh? Yes or no? But who told you it is sweet? No! only, not Vidvat, the only what? Only an experience is there. And the child knows desirable experience. Suppose if chili was kept for a child to start crying, it can't bear it, but it's a desirable. Bird, this is cow, something eyes report as animal. Animal also is what? Learnt only. So that means it's called Vruddha Vyavahara, not Vruddhanubhava. Vruddha Vyavahara. The elderly people dealing with that, the child looks at it and slowly learns. Is it not? But even before that, when the tongue is functioning, it gives an experience or taste, whatever that. So that is to be told. So that being the case. Now you say it's a candy taste. So for a fun, I had kept in pocket neem leaves, and I crushed a neem leaf and kept on the tongue. What happened? You should see the face now. What happened? A different taste. What you say? Neem leaf taste. So, another to make another fun, I said, I kept something like candy only. And you started making faces. You know what it was? Alum. It was a piece of alum. It was a piece of alum. Taste change. Is it not? Now you say, this is candy. Or you are told, the child is told, this is candy. This is alum. This is neem. Now the child knows, this is, knowledge has come now. What is candy? Neem. Or alum. Neem. Knowledge presupposes yathartha anubhava. Knowledge presupposes yathartha anubhava. Is it? Now, you see a snake. Experience or not? But when the light was brought, what was there was rope. Yathartha anubhava or ayathartha anubhava. In either case, anubhava was there. But it was not corresponding to this. Therefore, it is not. Then you can't say, this is a snake, you can't say. Because actually it is what? Rope. So therefore, your earlier perception of it as snake was wrong, and therefore it is what? It is not knowledge, it is bhranti. Therefore, any blessed knowledge first should presuppose as its indispensable constituent what it should have? A yathartha anubhava. So therefore, yathartha anubhava corresponding to the thing in question. So is the case of Atma. Then Atma is Anubhava Swarupa. See, this word Anubhava Swarupa, do you what it means? It means it is Swaprakasha. Swaprakasha, and therefore it doesn't need pramana, it doesn't need pramata, nor pramana, nor prameya. But do you know it for the time being? You are mistaking the body as I and taking the pramata as I. How it can be? That is to be Panchakoshan apohya. That has to be terminated in its true nature. So that means presently also Atma is Anubhava Swarupa. But our Anubhava is along with mixture of what? Anatma. It is not Yathartha. So to be Yathartha, what the here is said, Panchakoshan and Bahya Jagat apohya. So therefore, so when we say Anubhava means Atma Anubhava, it should be exactly as Atma Swarupa. Atma Swarupa. One may have such an Anubhava, but he may not know that is my Swarupa. I am undergoing many experiences, along with one experience has come. Shruti has to come and tell what? This is your Swarupa, this is what Pramana, Jnana, Sadhana. In fact, even Pramana we talk very loosely, but how Pramana operates is not known. Pramana is Jnana, Sadhana. For Pramana to operate, first Yathartha Anubhava must be there, and then Jnana Sadhana comes and tells this is what it is. See, a born, let us say, just an example, don't take it seriously. So a born blind person, not able to see it at all. Suppose by some surgery, what is been done? The eyesight is, possibility was there, let us say. There was a possibility. Eyesight is restored. First time what this person now is able to see, from because born blindness, first time able to see. Anubhava is there or not? Anubhava of what? Rupa, the person may not know that Rupa said. Suppose a rose is held in front of this person. Is he experiencing the form of that or not? But does the person know rope? This is rose, a flower. What happened? Earlier Anubhava was there, now what happened? Pramana came. What is that? This word, Shabda Pramana. This experience of what you are seeing through the eyes is what called as a rose, it is a flower. But that experience of that flower itself is not knowledge. There is what is required is what Pramana is required, a Shabda Pramana. So therefore, any blessed knowledge presupposes the Anubhava in accordance with the thing that is to be known. And if it is not there, your Pramana is not going to function, it is going to create problem. See, Soyam Devadatta example is there or not? Now this is that Devadatta. When you tell to the other person, suppose that other person because of something, he looks, for him he looks at the Rakshasa, let us say. Something happened. And this Devadatta is the thing, and the friend is introducing, hey, this is that Devadatta. And that fellow what? Looking appears to him because something as Rakshasa. What will happen? This Rakshasa is that Devadatta. Is it knowledge? Why? Anubhava is wrong. Anubhava is wrong. So here, according to the person, he is seeing the person as it is. Oh, this person is that Devadatta. So therefore, any pramana to function, first yathartha anubhava must be there. See, knowledge presupposes experience, but anubhava need not be knowledge. Experience need not be knowledge, but knowledge certainly presupposes experience. But provided knowledge, not direct knowledge, not inferential, etc. So there what happens? There is no direct knowledge. Suppose heavens are there. Who told you? Shruti says. But have you got pratyaksha anubhava? This is what? Paroksha jnana. So what we are seeing now, that yathartha anubhava is the basic indispensable constituent of knowledge is with respect to direct perception or aparoksha jnana. This doesn't apply to paroksha jnana. Atma is paroksha or aparoksha? Therefore, Atma jnana, should it have Atmanubhava as basic constituent or not? And if you simply say Shruti says and this thing, you know what are you doing? You are reducing the Atma is aparoksha, but the knowledge is paroksha. Like heaven is there. Who Shruti says? Therefore what? Shraddha must be there. So therefore, so Atma Jnana becomes another matter of Shraddha like Swargas. There is a saying, Pinda Mutsrujya Karam Ledhi. Pinda Mutsrujya Karam Ledhi. You know what is that? A fellow was given a ball of butter, fresh butter. Not even dairy cows with all those pokes, etc. With a pakka sorrow. And so do you know what he did? He threw that ball of butter in the sand and then what? Started licking the palm. Aparoksha Atma, you drop it and be content with Paroksha Jnana. This is what is happening. Look, now let us see. What is that is knowledge As per the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, what this Upanishad says, Vara Upanishad 443. Anubhava Paryanta Buddhi. If Anubhava is not there, you know what Jnana? It is Jnana. But what Jnana? Paroksha Jnana. It is informative knowledge, because I am Astikaha, one who has got Shraddha in whom? In the Shastra Upanishad, so the Astika. So that it is necessary, it is the first step to take to further knowledge. So that is what Anubhava Paryantuti. Then again Maitreya Upanishad. Anubhutim vina mudhaha vritha brahmani modati pratibimbita shakagra phalasvadana modavat. The one who doesn't have anubhuti, what anubhuti? Atma anubhuti, Brahma anubhuti, Brahma sakshatkara. Anubhutim vina mudha vritha brahmani modati. In vain revels in Brahma. With some satisfaction there, but it is not direct. How is it? Pratibimbita shakagra phalasvadana modavat. You know, this is an illustration. There was a river. On the bank of the river, there was a huge tree of mango trees. And the tree was full of ripe mangoes. Unfortunately, when this fellow went, not a single fell down. Okay. And this fellow is enjoying, where seeing the reflection of the tree with all mangoes in the river. He is enjoying. So like that he says, Pratibimbita shakagra phalasvadana modavat. Maitreya Upanishad 2:23. Second chapter, 23 stanza, mantra. So that is it. So now what Bhashyakara has to say about it, let us. Sutra Bhashya 112. See, look here. Make a note of this. It is not I am giving from your pocket. If you have got any doubts, do ask me as such. If I can clarify, I will say. But always stick to these originals. Not so and so say that, or nothing like that. You stick there and try to understand about it. Sutra Bhashya, Brahma Sutra Bhashya 112. Anubhavavasanatvat bhutavastu vishayatvat cha brahmajnanas. Brahmajnana is anubhavavasanatvat. Its avasana, culmination is in what? Anubhava. Why? It is bhutavastu vishayatvat, because it is of something that is existent. That is a different topic is that. When he said anubhavavasanatvat, brahmajnanasya anubhavasanatvat. Someone gave the meaning of the meaning of anubhava as knowledge. Anubhava word also can mean knowledge. That is true. As per the dictionary, it is true. But if here anubhavavasanatvat, if you take as knowledge, you know what it means? Brahmajnana ends in knowledge. What does it mean? Knowledge of Brahma ends in knowledge. Does it make any sense? Bhashyakara wants, because some Purva Paksha was going on, Bhashyakara wants to point out the nature of Brahma, not Brahma, Brahmajnana. So therefore, why? He knows Paroksha Jnana is there, some borrowed information from Upanishad is there. No, it has to culminate. Avasana means what? Final. Culmination of Brahma Jnana is in Anubhava, means Atma Anubhava. 4th chapter also of Sutra Bhashya, Atma Anubhava, Shankaracharya uses the word Atma Anubhava. So that is what is a Sutra Bhashya on 112. It's interesting to know that the etymology of Anubhava word. Very interesting. You know, Anubhava word comes like this. Anu is the prefix, Bhu is the verb, and suffix is up. Not UP, okay. Not UP of Sanskrit. Up. And Pakara. Up. So now let us see. What is meant by Anu? Anu, Same. Same means corresponding to something. Same. So, then what is the job of the suffix up? The suffix up forms abstract noun. It forms abstract noun, shows the place or instrument of action. It shows the place or instrument of action by forming an abstract noun. Bhu, what is that? Bhu bhavati. Bhu bhavati means to be, existence, to be. So that is bhu bhavati is to be. Now, what does the anubhava word mean? Bhu plus up becomes bhava. Therefore, bhu is to be and up becomes abstract noun means what? Being or existence. So therefore, that bhava means being or existence. Bhu plus up. Also there is another word is there. Same with this thing with feminine. Bhu plus ktin becomes bhutihi. You have anubhuti, you know? Anubhuti same, meaning is same. But the word is different. So nouns only. There is bhu plus ktin becomes bhuti. Whether it's bhutihi or bhava, it means being or existence. So that means, now bhava means what? An existence or a state of being. Okay. And anu is corresponding to same. So therefore, anubhava means a state of being or existence corresponding to a given thing. Anubhava or anubhuti means a state of being or existence corresponding to a given thing. This should make clear the nature of anubhava. When you say experience anubhava means it is a state of being or existence corresponding to a given thing. Sugar, in terms of taste, was as exactly what it is, it should be. Now, Atma means what? It should be exactly as it is. Atma is sopadika or nirupadika. Brahma is sopadika or nirupadika. So therefore, and only thing, other places you should have the pramana, pramata, etc. Here nothing required because is anubhava, swarupa, swaprakasha, swayam jyoti. So that means the case. That is, presently our anubhava is there because Atma is always there. But it is ayathartha, it should be yathartha. Same thing, Bhashyakara in Sutra Bhashya 3.4.15. He says, Anubhavava rudham eva cha vidya phalam. 3.4.15. Anubhavava rudham eva cha vidya phalam. The result of vidya is what? Anubhavava rudham. You know what is arudha means? Yoga rudha word you have got or not? Yoga rudhasya tasyaiva shamah karana mujjate arurukshor munir yogam karma karana mujjate yoga rudhasya tasyaiva shamah karana mujjate arurukshuhu yoga rudha. Arudha. What is that? 101. Literally means what? You know, horse, no? Ashwarudha means what? Riding on a horse. It actually here means not simply riding here, it is gaining. So therefore, that arudha means enter upon, undertake, attain, get to, or gain, or reach. Arudha means enter upon, undertake, attain, get to, gain or reach. So anubhavarudham eva vidyaphalam means vidyaphala is wherein what is gained, what is reached. Anubhava, which anubhava? Context is atmanubhava is reached. So this being the case, so that is how, that means The basic constituent of knowledge must be yathartha anubhava. Atma jnana is not exception to that. If that is not there, that knowledge is what type of knowledge? It is paroksha jnana, no doubt necessary as the first step for the further pursuit. Therefore, Brahma sakshat karoti eva, that is what anubhava paryanta buddhi, which is sarvopadhi vivarjitam. Sarvopadhi vivarjitam. So this way, what is to be done now? Bahya jagat and panchakoshas are to be dispelled, means that bahya dhihi has to be withdrawn and it should be antarmukha dhihi, atma bhimukha dhihi. So that is to be done. So that is further explained now. Sopatheva bahirdrishtya bhati brahmana tavata apaiti jivata tasmat antardrishtaiva buddhyatam. Bahirdrishtya Brahma sopadhi eva bhati tavata jivata na apaiti. Tavata jivata na apaiti tasmad antardrishtya eva buddhyatam. Bahirdrishtya Brahma sopadhi eva bhati. Bahirdrishtya means by extravertedness. What is that extravertedness? Buddhi is vishayakaradhi, anatmakaradhi. So therefore what? Anatma vishaya dhivritya. By dhivritti, which is preoccupied in anatma vishaya, by that bahirdrishtya, you know, what is that? Brahma is there or not? Yes. In Vishayakara Vritti also Brahma is there. But therefore what? Brahma sopadhi eva bhati. Sopadhi means along with the upadhi, along with the vishesha. So therefore what? It is savishesham eva. See, for example, in a muddy water, sun is reflected or not? Oh, otherwise sun will say, no, this is muddy water, I won't get reflected. Will they say? But what? Sopadhi means what? With the features of the dirtiness of the water. Again the water is shaking with the features of fickleness of the water, is it not? But the water is, the sun is reflected. Means sun sopadhi. Sopadhi, sun. So also, in and through Vishaya Vritti is also what? Brahma Chaitanya is there only, but with the features of the upadhis. So therefore, Bahirdrishtya Brahma sopadhi eva bhati. Then Brahma is there or not? Say Tavata. Tavata means thereby, only by that, means by Vishesha Brahma Bhana, means not Vishesha Brahma Bhana, Savishesha Brahma Bhana. The cognition of Brahma along with the features of the Upadhi, that Tavata, by that he says what? Jivata na apaiti. The status of Brahma as Jiva na apaiti doesn't go. If that is the case, what would happen? Right? You don't need Mahabaleshwar camp. You forget Mahabaleshwar camp. You don't need Upanishad Adhyayan at all. Why? Sopadhi Brahma is there or not? At least that. See, if not anything, at least this much you take from this camp. What is that? Along with the body, at least what? Some Chaitanya, Atma, Brahma is there. It is innate through the body. At least that much will be the saving grace. It is. At least as a built-in device, sometime it may what? It will work. Even though now because of your other preoccupation, you have said, hey, it is bahut ho gaya kar. But afterwards, sometime, there is that something was there. So it will be there. So that is like a that built-in device. They surface when it is required. So that way it will be helpful as such. So that is the case. So Brahma Tavata, only by that the direct Brahma Sakshatkara is not there. Therefore, how to get that direct knowledge of Brahma as it is? Tasmat. Tasmat means because the Bahya Drishti or that Bahir Drishti cannot give you the knowledge of Brahma. Only Antar Drishti alone can give you the knowledge of Brahma, as told earlier, Antarmukha. So therefore, Tasmat, therefore, Antar Drishtya eva, by introvertedness. Introvertedness means simply doesn't mean close your eyes and sit quietly, not that way. It should be, that is, of the akara of Atma, Brahma. So, Antardrishtya eva buddhyata. May one know what Brahma is, buddhyata. So, what does this Bahir Drishti do? Bahir Drishtir Jagat Bhanam Tasya Satyatva-dhirapi Vivekat Satyatapaiti Jagat Bhanam tu yogataha. Bahir Drishti Jagat Bhanam. Add sa. Tasya Satyatva-dhihi api. Add utpadayati. Sa to be added. Bahir Drishtihi Jagat Bhanam. Add sa. Tasya Satyatva-dhihi api. Add utpadayati. Satyata Vivekat apaiti. Satyata Vivekat apaiti. Jagat Bhanam tu yogataha apaiti. Jagat Bhanam tu yogataha apaiti. Bahir Drishti. What is this Bahir Drishti? He says Jagat Bhanam. Jagat Bhanam means what? Cognition of Jagat. Perception of the Jagat. Experience of the Jagat is Jagat Bhanam. So, Tasya Satyatva-dhihi api sa. Sa means that Bahir Drishti. What does it do? Not simply gives the experience of the external world, but it gives you the notion that the external world is real. See, Tasya Satyatva-dhihi api utpadayati. Dhi means notion here, not knowledge. Dhi, that it is Satya. What is Satya? The Jagat is Satya. This notion also it produces. There is a alternate reading. Bahir Drishti Jagat Bhanam. In that case, we have to add Bhavati as Adhyahara. Bahir Drishti Jagat Bhanam. Then we have to add Bhavati as such. Means by Bahir Drishti, the cognition of the external world takes place. And that Bhanam, Sa, again Sa, Tasya Satyatva-dhihi api utpadayati. It produces a notion that the external world is real. Then, how can we get rid of the notion that the Jagat is real? He says, Satyata Vivekat apaiti. The notion that the Jagat is real goes by what? Viveka. Atmanatma Viveka. So, how about the Bhana? Yes, you know that Jagat is false, but you are perceiving the world. He says, Jagat tu, whereas Viveka itself will not be able to terminate or eliminate the Bhana, the cognition of Jagat. He says, Jagat Bhanam tu yogataha apaiti. Jagat Bhanam tu yogataha apaiti. It goes on account of yoga. What is yoga? Yoga can mean Paramartha Jnana. First and foremost meaning of yoga is Paramartha Jnana. Again, yoga means Samadhi. Yogastu Chitta Vritti Nirodha, that yoga means that Samadhi, absorption of the mind in the Swarupa. So therefore, here, Yogataha means Chitta Vritti Nirodha Samadhina. So again, see, we have to see the context and take the meaning as such. So here, similar contexts were there. In Gita Bhashya, Shankaracharya tells Yogina, Bhashya of stanza, this 18th chapter, 33rd stanza. There, yogena word has come. Bhashyakara gives the meaning as samadhina, by samadhi. In 18th chapter, 52 stanza, dhyana yoga paraha word is there. There, yoga, the meaning given by Shankaracharya is Atma Vishaye eva ekagri karanam. Atma Vishaye eva ekagri karanam. Gita chapter 4, stanza 38. Yogena. Gita chapter 4, stanza 38. Yogena, the meaning is given karma yogena, samadhi yogena cha. Yoga also means karma yoga, but here it is not. Also he gives samadhi yogena, by samadhi. So here samadhi yoga. Again Gita chapter 6, stanza